building. Okay, so first of all, we wanted to start a little bit with explaining the motivation behind the project. Okay, so to give you an overall picture from the different project ideas that we had, we chose this one both because we felt there's a good problem to solve, we'll discuss it now, but also because we wanted to bring back something to the community as well. So that's something that motivated us from the very beginning, of making something that can be a real application at some point. Okay, so let's also explain what the problem is. So this is Alex. He's a freelance. He joined Norsken, as you can see, very recently. And he's already experienced a problem that probably many of us have felt before, which is, sometimes it's hard to meet new people and create like in-depth connections that go over to the occasional, hello, or like there's no coffee, the coffee machine, that's typical conversation. And we felt that this is something that can help both our user, but also the whole community as a whole, just making it stronger and making it more productive for everyone. So, how did we thought it was a good way to solve this problem? The solution that we designed is basically a platform, actually a mobile-first application that we've thought out to be very easy and very straightforward for everyone to be able to understand and use it without any need for learning about it. Okay? So our solution is basically designed in 3 main steps, which we will go in depth later on. First of all, the idea is that anyone from the community can register and join a pool of users from any company, actually, that basically are interested in meeting each other, right? So for every day that there's people in the pool, we will run a matching algorithm that basically will match whoever is on the pool with each other in a couple, okay? And they will be assigned another person contact, and they will basically be able to meet either in the lobby or in a restaurant and go have lunch. The idea is that through this interaction, people will be able to have some time to get more in depth, to know each other more in depth. Okay, so that's the global idea. To tell you more in depth about how this is structured and how the application goes, here's Juno.
All right, so we've put together a little demo for you guys here today to see how Lunch Roulette works. So the app starts out with a tutorial. If you've never signed up or logged in, you get met with this screen. So it gives you a little intro. Join us daily at 1 p.m. to get paired with a new colleague for each meal. The first step, you're going to join the pool. You're going to simply link your Google account and personalize your profile. And then hop into our daily matching pool. So right before 1 p.m. you're going to get matched, and we're going to send you an email revealing your lunch partner for the day. And then grow your network. Meet your lunch buddy in the lobby and have a good lunch. So pretend I'm Alex, the guy who doesn't know anyone here. Alex is going to sign up easily with his Google account. He has a picture of Mr. Krabs that he wants to change to his actual picture. So he switches it. And all this information is automatically populated from his Google profile, so you don't really have to do anything. Next, he sees he's not in the pool. He can join the pool, so he can be matched with a random person to have lunch. He didn't find a match today, but he shouldn't give up. He could, find a match tomorrow. So this is not what I want. Wait, hold on, guys.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can.
So he did not find a match today. This is our admin panel for the that we built. for you tech guys out there. Okay. So I just reset the matches. We're gonna pretend like it's 12:30 and the matching just happened. Hey, he matched with Fandango, who looks like Patrick. Yeah, and so they get matched and they can talk in Slack or meet each other in the lobby and then go have lunch at 1. And that's our app.
After this deep explanation about how the app works, I'm gonna explain a little bit what text we use for building this app. Yeah, perfect. Thanks. So the thing is, for building this app, we decide to start building it with Turbo Repo, because as almost of this public knows, it's a tool that allows you to start the client and the server at the same time, so it's faster. Then for the server side, we decide to build this part with Node, Express, and TypeScript. Also, we include the courier service, that is an email service that, as you can see before in the demo, when you match with someone, then it's going to send an email with the information of this person that you have matched. Then for another part, on the client side, we decide to build it with Python, the React, and also we use Firebase for the authentication. In this case, as you can see, we use the sign in with Google, and also for the UI, we decided to use ChatCN. This was very worth for this app. Almost these are the texts that we use. Also, for example, we use Postman to test if the endpoints in the server side works. And also we use lead cell frameworks like Moment.js for some terms of dates and this stuff. So that is our text stuff.
Okay, and then for learnings, yeah, so there is a few points that I think I can mark that like everyone in the group could relate to. And I think that like the first one would be working on at least one feature almost every day. And I mean by almost every day because like burnout can be the actual thing that affects your performance. But like at the same time, you don't want to be rusty at the project that you're working on. And I mean that by like, even if it's like a little fix or a little feature instead of learning, but like that's like from a personal experience. I think that's a very good habit to have, even if it is to write like a not very good first and not clean. You can always refactor your code to be better if you write it bad first. And I think that like a good conclusion of this point would be finding the balance between working too hard and not working like hard enough. It's like that's the key to learning this skill. And for the next one, it will be making it work first. And as it says over there, like step by step, when we were developing the app, one common thing that made us feel like more motivated was like making the feature that we were thinking like to work first before like making it pretty, before making it, performant, before making it fast and things like that. Starting from like a very simple idea, like for example, the matching users, the updating the database, like the toggle switch that switch between true or false. And I think that's like a good example of like making it very simple first, and like making it work before everything else. And because like at first we wanted to do like a lot of features at the same time, but as we found like struggles with connecting our work properly between front end, back end, database, the application was like not behaving the way that we were thinking and things like that. So I think that like a good conclusion on making it work first would be making it very simple. As like we make it very simple first. From that point on, we start implementing new features and things like that. It's better than like to fry our brains into like very complex things, very complex functionalities. I think we should keep it very simple, and I think that's like a good thing that we all learned in this project as well. And I think that maybe like for the next one, it would be pair programming, and for the next slide would be pair programming and communication. I think that on that, like, I can talk about, at least for me, that's the most important one for me. And I talk that more personally, because like I think that I am, when it comes to work, I am very introverted. So I try to like do everything on my own. And I was working on recently on like trying to ask more stuff, to do more pair programming, communicating more, because I think that brainstorming is like a very good approach to problems in general. And I could like read other people's code, and I think that that was one of the most important things as well. And I think that applies for all of the group as well. Like reading the way that people think about problems, and can improve your ways of thinking and writing as well, code. And I think that these are the most important. So working on at least one feature almost every day, making that a habit, making everything work first before making it pretty, before making it perform and fast, and everything else, and start making like something very simple. Pair program and communication are the most important things that I think that the whole team could learn on this project as well. Yeah, I think that would be it.
Okay, cool. Before we go to any questions, I just want to show something really quick that I missed, which was something Albert worked really hard on. So once you get matched, you get this email. Basically, that tells you who you got matched with, and you go back and you can like see their info and where you're gonna meet and stuff. Cool. All right, you guys. Questions?
I have two questions from a user perspective, obviously.
Yeah.
So what happens if there's an uneven number of people in the pool? Like if there's 5 people, and is there then a group of 3, or do you think of that at all, or will you in the future?
Yeah, we definitely, that was one of the first issues that it's actually something that we kind of discussed how to approach, because it's obviously like if we do couples, then it's going to be probably like 50% chance that someone is not matched. We thought about the possibility of doing, let's say like 3 people together, groups of 3, but then we saw that maybe that took some extra complexity, and we decided to not prioritize it for today's team. But this is like what's going to happen is you will receive a notification that you're not matched, okay, and to try again the next day. Okay. That's what's going to happen now.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw that screen accidentally too.
Well, it was on
No,
purpose,
that was on
actually.
purpose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I just mulled over it, but yeah, I wanted to show like, yeah.
And second question.
Yeah, second question, but I mean, it's really just like, I thought, I always bring my tupper, right? So is it thought for people to go out to have lunch, or should they
Yeah.
talk to each other about what they want to do, or how does it work?
Like obviously there's like the idea from the app is to be agnostic on the plan that you will do later on.
Mhm.
Obviously, like if you're gonna go have lunch, it's probably gonna be on screens.
Yeah.
If you go here, what we thought is probably the best option is when they open the cantina. It's like probably a good place, but nonetheless, like if you bring your tablet, you can just talk through Slack with that other person and define the plan that you feel is best fit.
Okay, thanks.
Is there a way to cancel meeting? For example, Julia has a start or work, but I do want to go to one screen,
Mhm.
no matter what. So can I cancel like this match?
But if you cannot agree
cancel
on
it,
the
okay.
So let's say that
you.
let's say that I get matched with Julia, but I don't like Julia. So,
that's the
what the
yeah.
guy?
There's currently no way to cancel after you've been matched. You can cancel before you get matched. After you get matched, we thought it's not gonna be like that much time. So it's probably gonna be because you don't find a good. So let's say some reason appears for not wanting to go to online. There's also like real world communication that you can do. Either go to the person and talk to that person, or either or Slack. Just go to Slack and say, okay, I cannot match. For some reason, I cannot attend a meeting.
So related to that, like a new feature could be like an excuse roulette. So it's like just spin it. Like a new excuse every day. So it's like, oh, sorry, I have to go feed my dog. So.
I have my turtle to go
Well,
to move around.
you have to feed the dog every day. So.
You can bring your dog instead of you. Just send your dog.
So you mentioned that before you get matched, you can cancel the matching. How does that work? Can you tell me more about it?
Can somebody else answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't think we got to this, but there's supposed to be a button on the matching screen where you see like that there's like a pulsating blank avatar when the matching is happening and it hasn't occurred yet. And there's going to be a button where you can click on like cancel my match, which will take you back to like the pool. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
No, I mean, not challenge, but maybe new, the Firebase stuff, the Firestore. I mean, I think that all of the things we never used before. No SQL and database like Firestore. So yeah, it was good. It's a new good experience, and yeah, it was maybe was the most challenging thing.
I think.
Or at least
For me, I think it was React, especially React. I think that was like because I was missing probably more understanding about like asynchronous JavaScript. I think that was like the thing that I had to come back to, like learn the fundamentals of that, and then React, and very way more easier afterwards. But yeah, that was, I think that the struggle for me in this course was React, especially React.
I was just gonna say that like some of the setup was tough. Like I think Victor and I spent like 2 hours trying to like connect Firebase, and then like it was just because like we like it had to be all in one line. Like it was like such a silly thing. Or like we copied and pasted like what they told us to do, and then like you came and you're like it all has to be one line, and all of a sudden like it starts working. So. And also there was stuff that when we set it up with you, there was that stuff wasn't in the documentation, so that was really weird.
What?
Remember like you and Craig, you had to like look at an old like thing you had set up.
Oh, the Firebase admin.
Yeah, the admin thing. Like it wasn't in the documentation of that specific code.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, so we spent so much time like trying to set it up.
If you had the opportunity now, like I bring the best developer in the world, like knows absolutely every technology to the core, what would you put that developer to work on? Let's imagine that I bring the best developer in the world, like knows absolutely every technology to the core. Okay, so it can do basically anything very fast. What would you assign to that person? What would you put them to work on?
I think I would put them to work on the authentication and
chat boxes.
Well, wait. So it's
I was just saying the authentication and the authorization. That stuff took a long time. That stuff's tricky. Yeah.
But there still is work to do. There's work to do.
Yeah, there's still like work to do with both of those things.
Yeah, you were saying, sorry?
No, yeah, for me, for example, I will make a new feature for him, and I said that make like a chat box for people can like message.
Add new stuff.
Like
New stuff.
with a defined message.
Okay.
Hard stuff, but if it's the best in the world.
Smart.
The best in the world. Okay, anyone else?
Yeah, I think what we've done, it was like maybe just fix the bugs that we created. It's kind of like some of that, especially like stuff that connects with each other. Maybe some parts of the code that we inherit from other people, and we have to build on top of that. Maybe parts of the code that have like multiple stuff, like React hooks, Zot, Shazien, like kind of clarifying some concepts. I think that's definitely go for that, which I think we already pretty much did.
Right.
I think that it's pretty the same thing as Daniel was saying. For me, like a lot of technology in the same place, that kind of like
Okay. Cool.
messes a little bit. Like especially Zod, I couldn't like. I thought it was like harder to understand the actual form. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other question? That's it. Let me hear that.
Well, can I have one question?
Sure,
For
yeah.
the audience?
Oh.
For the audience, would you join the
Yeah.
Roulette?
Yes,
Yes,
of course.
for sure.
Okay.
Definitely. So,
I was selling it today, actually. I was selling it today, like to Freddy actually came here, so it's like
Okay.
I was like, oh, wait until we were publishing this thing. Sorry.
one last question since you asked that. What are the next steps for this app? Are you planning to actually deploy it? If yes, like what features are you missing? What are the next steps? When do you think we can use it?
Right. I think one part of for instance, for me personally, I think for the whole team, like one of the motivators was that this is something that can be used by people in the community. Obviously, we need to solve a lot of bugs and probably add some tweaks here and there. But obviously, we need deployment, and the application itself is not that much complex actually. Like we have like a lot of ideas that we could add, like interests of the person to kind of chit chat at the beginning, maybe a chat itself, maybe like choosing different places that you can go to. But essentially, the core functionality of the app, we think it's already there.
Looking forward.
This is an opinion. It was very pretty, I have to say.
Very pretty.
Shout out
Yeah.
Martina.
Well, yeah, sorry, we forgot to say that Martina obviously helped us here. I should have said 5 people
Yeah,
actually working obviously and Robert.
Very cool.
All right. Okay, cool. So how can we do this? So anybody wants to, before I go for some feedback, anybody wants to go with feedback? Like this, I always talk first or all the time. So does anybody want to go with some feedback?
I mean, my feedback is classic, and I think I repeat it every time. So hopefully, well, the juniors are not here, unfortunately. I don't know. I'll have to do something about this. But we saved this presentation, but you should have taken more time to prepare. So that's my feedback, because it's undervalued. But maybe you wouldn't have forgot some things, or some things. Like, you wouldn't have forgot the email thing, or it's always, or like the delivery is insanely important. Like, and we have this discussion every time, but I'll tell you this again, because for future you will remember my voice, hopefully, when you're delivering something to your boss. Because the implementation is one thing, but then the delivery, like, even if you're missing some things, when you plan the delivery very well, then it can actually, you're winning a lot more than if you develop more and then deliver it terribly. Because the perception of the people is, in the end, it's what matters. Like, your app is not worth anything if your boss or whoever doesn't perceive it. And then again, this presentation, I think it's actually well done, and actually I think both of you divided the parts and you spoke well and everything is good, and I think it's very well structured. But I know how not much time you took to do this. So just for your future reference, just remember that this is also essential. Just my piece, as always.
And just in addition to here, because most probably now you're even if you're not going to say it, you're thinking about me. But also I'm giving you that much time, or so I'm part of the feedback too, right? That goes to me too. Again, we can talk about what deserves more time, less time in here, and it was challenging since many days ago. No, but something that you can take from here is also that sometimes, like the time that you're allocated from a manager, maybe it's not going to be enough as well. So that means that you take that experience as well, and part of the ownership is also acknowledging that and saying, hey, no, wait, we need to more time to prepare this thing, or just keep it in mind, okay? And then you can speak up, right? And it's I'm not making you responsible. Yeah, it's like a shared responsibility on that front. But that you can also on your job, not here, like in here, of course, but on your job, you can speak up and say, hey, we need more time. I would like more time to do this. Please don't add those many features. No, I don't think we should do this feature. We should go for the presentation first, and so on. Yeah.
But otherwise, on the plus side, is that honestly, it was a very good presentation. I think it was very easy to follow. I didn't feel like there was a disconnect at any point. I feel like you were all very on the same page about what you were talking about. So, great job.
Anyone else wants to share some feedback? I want to share time to criticize.
Okay.
Also, good.
You guys don't need the best engineer or anything like that. You're just doing fine.
Yeah, right.
And now speak up so that the other two also hear it.
Victor didn't hear that, Albert didn't hear that. So.
You guys don't need the best engineer in the world. You're doing just fine.
The best engineering in the world. Right. So, okay, let's go. So, just some comments here and there. I think the presentation, I agree, the presentation was cool. Actually, it was very beautiful, the presentation as well. So, congratulations on that side. While we had doubts about it, we had a conversation before. And who does this start? And he's like, I would say, I would recommend someone, but I've seen all of you making your solo project. So okay, so yeah, find resources, so it's fine, it's good. So the presentation also was good, the cadence was nice, the maybe a little bit less time here, more time there, but it's just a matter of preference, so I'm not going to get that much in there. And then let's go part by part, and then I'm going to make some cases in here. what I was saying, like on the, I think I'm always like super picky with the first part, and I think that the first part worked in here, right? Because we are talking about first stating the problem, then setting my solution, you're presenting your solution and setting the expectations. So I think that worked. So that was fine. I think it was just a little bit too long, maybe, but that it's a matter of preferences. Maybe it's not. Okay, so don't even listen to me about that.
No. It was fine.
It's not important. Right. So on the demo, of course, like it was noticeable. It's known, you know. Yeah, you were fucking nervous. You were like very, very nervous, and that's okay. Yeah. But then it's like it was not that clear. Right? The demo was not that clear. And then later I have like when you told me, oh, we saw something accidental in there. And no, it was on purpose. And then it's what I wrote in here. It's like then it was confusing, at least for me. Like the demo was confusing. I don't think we got like the. I'm not going to do it, but I would like to ask Julia how the app works. Like what is going to do, like when. And I don't know, like don't explain it, but
No.
would you be able to do that? Do you feel confident to do that? You say yes or no?
No, not sure. Not sure.
Natalie? You know what?
Yeah,
Because of the demo or because before?
that's the demo.
Wow, okay. Can I ask you?
The whole thing, okay. So
What are you meant to do as a user?
I can explain you step by step.
Wow.
You sign up, or you connect to your Google account,
Okay.
and then you put in your name and your information, and you change your little photo.
Right.
And then you click whatever match or whatever it said, and then you wait, blah 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 blah, and then you get matched with somebody, and then it says.
For me, that's the confusing part, right? That's confusing. Yeah. So you got it wrong, but it's not your fault. It's what they said.
Okay.
It's what they explained.
What's the part that's wrong?
So it's not like you wait and you get a match. It's like actually you are going to register for today, yes, and just wait, and then you do your work and everything. You don't see that spinning until you get a match or not. It's just like it's going to tell you that you are right now you're in the pool, so please wait, yes, until just before 1 p.m. You're going to receive an email with your match.
Yeah, I think the email part was missing. That's why we perceived it as it was live, right?
Yeah, but then the matching, like the no
I
match.
didn't show that screen, like the matching screen where it's like pulsing.
Right, but for me, that you don't show that it's almost fine. It's great, but and then I can see that missing the part on the email, then it's missing the link, and I would say, okay, that's normal. We forgot about that. But then they told me that you show in purpose the thing on the cross. That tells me that's not your intention to say the flow, like to the flow, because that's wrong. You don't see a cross immediately. Yeah,
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
you never see a cross immediately. The cross, you see the cross in the case that you ask for. What happens if there are like it's odd number and there's one that gets a match at 1 p.m. after 3 hours being registered? You're going to receive a cross. You're going to receive an email, and then you're saying, sorry, we didn't find a match for you today.
For perspective, I understood it was in that case. I thought it was like probably a cross is when there's something like you cannot get a match and then they tell you that you don't get a match. But also, on the other hand, I thought it was like not on purpose that you were showing it. So there were some parts of confusion. Probably like it could have been
I should have done the match first and then like showed what happens to you.
the edge case.
And the waiting part is a little bit important. And that's not important right now on how the app works. Yeah? But my feedback goes on, and that's also something that you ask whenever I do presentations like this, then I ask someone, it's like, can you explain it back? What you understand from it? And then you, that was amazing memory, by the way. So, it's just like careful, no? Because we are, and that's for the general like teaching here. Careful, because we are that inside the application. we have been that in that hell, yeah, that you know that every corner of that hell, but then you have to explain it to someone else, and it's not going to have the mental shortcuts that you have. So careful with that. It's very difficult to show a product, right? And focus on that. Okay, for the stack, aside from that, aside from being nervous and aside from the strategy on that, I'm surprised that it went really well. really, really well, because being that nervous is daunting for the the demo effect. It's not random. It's because you are that nervous that you do always something that it's not.
I didn't have one of the shit that I needed to see either. I didn't have my notes.
So it's fun. So overall, congratulations, because it went well. So now for this stack, well, for everybody, no, because it's everybody's. I like this stack. Finally, I saw like some not like a cloud of logos, but something that boom, boom, boom. It makes sense, no? And so, sorry to bring you into my feedback all the time, but now you can see the squares, right? We even like they can understand what you're talking about, because like I've been teaching you about what these squares mean. So now you can place all these things. If you're putting a cloud of logos, that is what it usually happens. No, it's like we use all these technologies, and it's like where did you put what? No. So congratulations on that. The other thing is that we were some inconsistencies. Yes, and that is like I really liked to see Firebase outside the big square. Yes, because that's an external service, but where is that can count? But you say DB there, so where's the authentication service? That is on Firebase too, right?
Yeah.
And it's fine because you didn't actually put it in there. But what does Courier does inside the bucket? It's outside. Yeah, it's a service. It's like Firebase. It's exactly the same thing. That goes outside. Yes? And then later I saw that you got some importance to some technologies that were not there, like Zod. Like that was mentioned many times, and then it was not there. I didn't see the Zod in there, no? Just for the technical audience, no? So keep it like one single conversation. Keep it one single. That's covered with time, but just keep that in mind, okay? And that one personal thing. So Victor, careful with the rabbit holes, okay? It seems like you were trying to fill some time. It looked exactly like you had like a stopwatch on the other screen saying I have to fill like 8 minutes and I'm going to talk 8 minutes, right? And then you were like going around and around saying the same thing. So I think that the content was good. Just like don't repeat it that much, okay? The content shorter is a lot way better. And for the last one, for the answers, make the answers to the questions universal. Yeah? Even though someone is asking you about something very specific, try to be as inclusive as possible, because if not, you're going to lose like 99% of the audience. And that was this question that it was like that you asked, and then they started like I'm surprised you didn't say that, but then you started talking with Ruben.
That's true.
Basically, so it was not only a conversation, but it's normal that it was a conversation. You were like, okay, no, that thing that you helped us, and then this thing is like, sorry, we don't know what kind of thing you helped with whom and everything. So sometimes there's going to be these cases in which, like, for example, in a company, you're talking about something, someone makes you a question, like genuine question, and maybe you have like some relationship in which, like, do you imagine, like, I don't know, Typeform, 300 people, and then someone asks me a question, it's like, it's like, well, this is remember when we worked on that thing? So it's like the other 299 are going to say, hey, what are you doing? No, get a room. So you have to make it universal. It's like, that's actually a very good question, and that's going to be weird because you're going to repeat I'm going to answer to you, but answering to you, I'm going to tell you a story that we live together. So, but that's what's happened now. You have to make it universal, right? And then if it gets too technical, then say like, I'm going to be happy to tell you later.
Let me just introduce a quick correction here. To make it not weird, what you're saying is you don't really have to answer to that person. You never really answer to that person. You answer to the whole public. When the person asks you hey, what happened there? It would feel weird if you would say, hey, well, in this situation, what happened was this. But then you actually say, okay, what Ruben is referring to is this situation that happened, and then in this, and you're actually talking to everyone but about this. So that's a small detail, but that's an important detail. Just a reminder, whenever you're answering a question, you're answering it to everybody, not to one person who is asking.
Right, aside from this, we're going to, that was my last comment, so aside from this, very good job. I think that we're going to talk more about that and more in detail, but just so everybody knows and it's present when I'm telling you that good job and why, that I think that maybe I missed something also in the lesson learned that is something related to be more product oriented. Because I think that your team and your project pivoted in a way that was very meaningful the last week. Yeah, between the last presentation and then the rest, because you started talking more about the product and less about your technical problems, right? And if I think that looking looking to the past, looking back, if you already had this mindset from the start, I think that would be completely different. Okay, I'm telling you that not as oh, you should have done this thing. I'm saying it more in a way that I'm trying to crack how to transpire that very early on, and I'm not getting the formula. Yes. But at least it's a teaching that I think that you can get home. Be more product oriented, and you're going to deliver more and better. Okay, more than technical oriented. Yes, and that's the whole difference. Everybody that I talked on product always is telling me about developers. So they want their TypeScript and they want their thing, and they're it's impossible. It's impossible. I cannot get past that. No. So it's you that you have to open the. There's nothing as desirable in the market. Go on, Albert.
No, sure. I mean, I have to go to the doctor.
Go.
And I'm late.
Go.
Go.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks. Thanks all of you. Bye.
If you get to be and demonstrate that you are a product-oriented developer, you're going to be very desired in the market. That's it. That's my last sentence.
True. And the other way around. We'll talk about that though. Yeah.
Cool. Anything else to add? Anything that you want to ask for the feedback, or we can keep that to a later conversation, so we can free people.
My not feedback, but just last messages. Be mindful. If you make up your mind. If you really wanna deploy this project and make it real, be very determined, because it happens a lot that when people graduate, they relax, and then life happens, and then the project never happens. So if you want to do it, and I really think it would be really cool of a project for the community, be very certain about working on it, and be clear, and you can actually have a discussion among your team saying, shall we do this, who's in, who's not, and be very clear on that, and set it as a goal. Because otherwise, many times it's like, yeah, we will. And then life happens and then you never really do. So, and that's your decision, and it's totally okay if it's not. But if you do, like, be mindful of that. That it, like, if you don't really put the effort and the determination, then it will just slip. So just as a comment for you guys. But that's all. But yeah, we're very excited to use it, so.
I really like the little logo.
Did ChatGPT do this one? No?
Yeah, it's yeah.
It's gonna be the animation, right?
Yeah. Have you seen the creepy animation, the creepy pig? Have you seen it? Can you put like why? Yeah, maybe later. Just go to the landing page and just log out, and then you're going to see the pig animation. Creepy pig.
Wait, it was
animation.
working?
Of course.
Oh.
I mean, honestly, this logo, and especially like with the animation that you mentioned, because I didn't see it, but the logo itself reminds me of this Orange of Jack Nicholson, this movie, creepy
Clockwork
something like that, yeah?
No, Clockwork Orange or The Shining. The Shining.
And The Shine, yeah. I'm confusing the two. But,
Yeah. So.
yeah, because I'm confusing two movies, aren't I?
Is a pig. Creepy pig. Creepy pig.
Okay, because it is a mix of the two. Because it's a mix of The Shining and of the thingy, orange thingy. Because it's two different movies, but it's a different mix of both.
All right. Anybody else has anything to say?
Well, why didn't you show this website though?
Because.
Well, that's another thing. But they were presenting on mobile first.
So you presented the same thing, but on mobile.
Yeah.
But on mobile, it doesn't do this movement,
Yeah.
or does it?
No, I think it does. I think it's just slow, and I probably just went past this
Okay.
too quickly.
I see.
You didn't realize.
It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, it does. Okay, we just didn't see it. Cool. Okay.
In order to be creepy, it has to be slow. If
Alright.
not, it's the sweet spot between
It's very, very good.
Yeah.
Well found. Eh?
between cute
One
and creepy.
millisecond more, and it's like totally creepy.
1 millisecond more and it's too
There's
cute.
some format actually.
No, I know. I was just. I thought that you didn't like show
Okay,
the other
thank you,
screen, but it
Craig.
was. And I thought it was just a
Thank
static
you,
one, like a mock-up.
Rasmus,
But it
thank
was
you,
actually-
Christian, for being here. So we miss you.
We miss you guys.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.
Later, alligator.